Before I get into this, I was browsing the Twitters and I saw this. I wanted to take a moment to talk about the data mining and the PTR. You will see many things in data mining if you seek it out. Some of it's real and some of it's experimental things that will never see the light of day. Okay? I'd take it all with many grains of salt. So before we even like go any further, man, these data mine runes, Josh says, the senior game producer said, take it with a grain of salt. Some of these you will never actually see. We're still data mining. Not all the runes are available. This is just data from the PTR it's currently testing. Okay, for the list of class tuning and changes, click here. Okay. Phase 2 class tuning. All right, without further ado, boys, let's take a look. Blood Surge, Heroic Strike, Bloodthirst, and Whirlwind have 30% chance. Okay, so this is like slam procs, which gives Warrior some consistency, I guess, and seems kind of nice, especially for like leveling. We'll see how much damage it does in PvE. Focused Rage, reduces the range of your offensive abilities by 3. Interesting. Okay. That might be good value over Blood Surge. Oh, I don't know. We'll see. Slam is now instant, but has a 6-second cooldown. Wow, so they're trying to like give people reasons to slam, or to use slam on their rotation. Engraved Boots heals you for 30% of your maximum health over 10 seconds, but can only be used in Rage, Berserker Rage, or Blood Rage. Is active, usable while stunned. So warriors have a heal. Yeah, that's coming from a mage. I think that's too OP. Intervene, run at a high speed toward a party member. Okay, we know what that is. Rallying Cry, 15% max health. Cool. They're bringing in more abilities like that. Warrior Shouts, increasing stamina. Okay. Engraved Bracers, Rampage. Warrior goes on a rampage, increasing attack power by 2%. It stacks up to 5 times in the last 30 seconds. It can only be used after a crit. Interesting. Huh. Okay. Sword and Board. When you devastate and revenge abilities deal damage, they have a 30% chance of refreshing the cooldown of your shield slam. Bro, I instantly think of like Swifty coming up with a Swifty one-shot macro with like a prot warrior or something. Wrecking Crew, your melee crits, critical hits and rage you, increasing all physical damage by 10 for 12 seconds. Okay. Shield Mastery, increasing all physical damage you deal by 10 when you have a shield equipped. Yeah, this is, bro, this is speaking Swifty's language right here. Reduces the duration of all disarm effects by 50. This does not stack. Do they want like a PvP? Like, yeah, we'll see. Engraved Helm, Taste for Blood. Uh-oh. Whenever your rend ability causes damage, your overpower ability will reactivate for 9 seconds or 1 attack. This will not occur more than once every 6. Whoa. So they're giving you a reason to rend. Do you guys remember Taste of Blood stacks in Mist of Pandaria? I have PTSD from getting one-shot so many times. Yeah, PvP prot warriors could be a thing with Shield Mastery. Or yeah, maybe they don't want dual wielded tanks. It's like, hey, look, if you use a shield, you can do more damage. So use a shield, bro. Instead of fury tanks, you can be a prot warrior. Who knows? Focus your protective gaze on a party or raid member, reducing the damage by 3%, transferring 10% of threat. Yeah, okay. We've seen this, I think, in other versions of the game. In addition, each time they're hit by an attack, your taunt cooldowns refresh. Last 30 minutes. Wow. So you can just spam taunt. Whoa. So if you have like a hunter who won't stop attacking the damn target and pulls over and over and over because hunters are OP despite getting nerfed 3 times, you can just put vigilance on them, spam taunt, and like you should be good. Alright guys, Paladinos, let's check them out. All in all, for warrior, I feel like they got some cool stuff, but if I was a warrior, I would feel like a little lackluster. Yeah, warriors in the chat, how are you guys feeling about this? Because I feel like for me, these are all cool and dandy, but compared to other classes, I mean, maybe that's why I don't play a warrior, man. I don't know. They're lame, fine. I don't like it. Lame. We need more. Boring. Yeah, to me, it feels like a little boring. Decent, but nothing sexy. Well said, Pookie. Nothing too sexy, but like it's all good. Yeah. Hi, Paladin then. Engrave belt, Enlightened Judgments. Engrave your belt with Enlightened Judgments rune. Increase the range of your judgment by 30 yards and your spell hit with all spells by 17. You get 17% spell hit from one engrave. Am I reading that correctly? Oh, okay. I'm hit capped. We're good. That's interesting. Increases the damage done by your Holy Shock by 20. And your damaging crits with Holy Shock reset the cooldown of your Holy Shock. Wait a minute. Shock it in? Shock it in? Bro, I main Pally back in Classic and TBC for a bit. And I played Shock it in Battlegrounds and arenas back in the day. Shock it ins. Could be back. Bro, what if Athene from Emerus comes back with the Shockedin build and one-shots everybody and climbs to the top of the ladders that don't exist? That would be nuts. That would be crazy. Yeah. Athene that plays double Paladin. That'd be wild. Dealing damage with your melee weapon increases spell power by an equal amount to 30% attack power for 1 minute. In addition, your critical healing spells heal a target for 60%. Interesting. So they want you to promote like attacking as a holy pally to get more spell power. Interesting. Huh. Engraved boots guarded by the light. Each time you hit a target with your melee weapon, you gain 5% of your maximum mana per 3 seconds for 15, but the amount healed by your flash of light, holy shock is reduced by 50. Okay, yeah, we saw this talent yesterday. So basically, this was in the slideshow. Basically, it's a way to regen your mana, but your heals are going to take a hit. I like this. It's kind of like there's a wrath ability just like very similar to this called Divine Plea. Yeah, Divine Plea. Sacred Shield. Each time the target takes damage with Sacred Shield, man, Sacred Shield, absorbing 500 damage, increasing the Paladin's chance to critically hit with Flash of Light. Bro, I remember when they added Sacred Shield. Like I said, I was a Paladin main for a while. When they added Sacred Shield, I was like, oh my gosh, this is awesome. It's coming to Classic Vanilla, boys. Unless Josh Greenfield's right and these things actually don't come through. We'll see. The Art of War. Your melee crits, critical strikes reset the cooldowns on Holy Shock and Exorcism. Bro, Shockedin. Play Art of War and Infusion of Light. You're just attacking and Holy Shocking, critting, resetting, attacking, Bro. That could be sick. That could be really cool. Improved Hammer of Wrath. The cooldown of Hammer is reset each time it damages an enemy below 10. So you can just spam hammers, okay. Reduce the cooldown on Exorcism and Holy Wrath by 50. And Holy Wrath can now be cast at any target and will stun undead and demons. I don't know how good that is, because Exorcism still is not any target, right? Increases your critical chance with holy spells by 18. Oh my gosh, the synergy, 18% crit with, and your damaging crits with Holy Shock reset the cooldown of Holy Shock. So you could get probably a 20-ish% crit or maybe more. And so that means 1 in every 5 Holy Shocks is going to give you another Holy Shock. And then every melee attack crit is going to give you another Holy Shock. Oh my gosh. Increasing the damage prevented by your Blessing of Sanctuary by 100. And increases the damage done by your Blessing of Sanctuary by 30. Wow, okay. So that's going to be like the way to tank, probably. Your Holy Light spells reduce the cast from your next Holy Light. Okay, that's kind of nice. You can actually spam Holy Light instead of Flashlight. Engrave Helm Wrath. Your Consecration. Am I saying that word correctly? Consecration? I feel like that's got to be right. Yeah, Consecration damage can now be critical strikes, and any damage from Exorcism, Holy Shock, Holy Wrath, and Consecration spells gain additional critical strike chance equal to your melee critical strike chance. That's more like tanking, like AoE tanking maybe? Okay. Bro, so the Paladin runes. What are we thinking about Paladin runes? W's or L's in the chat for Paladin runes? Personally, I think a Paladin, a Holy Paladin crit build, Shotgun style, is going to be sick. I see only W's in the chat. I can't wait. I might even have to play a Shotgun, man. That sounds really fun. Really, really, really fun. Cool. All right, moving on to Hunter. The Hunter takes on the aspect of the Viper, causing your ranged melee auto attacks to regenerate mana, but reducing your total damage by 10. In addition, you gain 10% of maximum mana every 3 seconds. Mana is based on the speed of your weapon. I like abilities like aspect of the Viper, and if we scroll back up to Paladin, I really like guarded by the light, right? I like one of the quality of life things that Classic didn't experience yet is you just kind of go like as a hunter you're just and you have to like AFK for a while or sit there AFK and drink back to full over 30 seconds. And adding in stuff like this, it's like, yeah, you can keep fighting, you're gonna do less damage though, so you are gonna slow down. You reduce your total damage done. Maybe as a paladin you reduce your healing, but you can actually regen the mana and continue to play the video game instead of AFKing. That's actually pretty cool. Your melee and range criticals increase your attack power by 40 of your current agility for 7 seconds. Okay, seems like a pretty substantial DPS boost. Raptor Strike, cooldown reduced to 3 seconds, now instant. This is like melee Hunter. Mongoose Bite, cooldown removed. Raptor Strike has a 30% chance to not trigger its cooldown. Oh my gosh. So you're just spamming Raptor Strike and Mongoose Bite. Mongoose Bite over and over, and then every time you get like a Raptor Strike. Oh, wow. Wow. Steady Shot that causes 60% ranged weapon damage. Okay. Okay. They're adding Steady Shot into Classic. Okay. Increases the damage done by your offhand weapon by 50. So dual wield melee hunter, and causes your Raptor Strike to strike with both weapons when you're dual wielding, and Raptor Strike deals 30% increased damage. Bro, melee hunter is going to be like super real in P2. Hopefully. When your pet scores a critical hit with a special ability, you instantly regen 5% of your max mana. More mana regen stuff, okay. Trap Launcher. This is so big for PvP. You can shoot traps, and fire and frost traps have separate cooldowns. We saw that in the slideshow yesterday. That's pretty dope. Consumes all applications of Frenzy from your pet, increasing your range attack speed by 3, granting 4 focus. Wow. Your pet gains Frenzy each time it uses a basic attack. Bro, I would love to see like melee hunters actually parse really well and like have melee hunters shine for a little bit. That'd be so fun. Increases the damage done by your explosive shot and all damaging traps. Okay. So hunter changes. How are we feeling about this, chat? Honestly, it gets me excited for like dual wield spec, melee specialist, and what was the third one? Dual wield spec. Did I say that already? Dual wield spec, melee spec. Yeah, maybe just those two. The trap thing is cool too. Yeah. I'm really interested to see how that's gonna perform. Hopefully it's good. Nothing special, WW, traps. Yeah, okay. Nerf hunters. Yeah, let's nerf them again. Moving on to rogues. Rogues. Engraved belt, poison knife. Engrave your belt with poison knife rune. Instantly throw your offhand weapon to deal normal offhand weapon damage with a 100% chance to apply the poison from your offhand weapon to the target. Awards 1 combo point. Poison knife benefits from all talents and effects that trigger from or modify a sinister strike. Wait. What's the range on this? What's the cooldown on it? What's the I'm so confused. Three-second cat. Yeah. Oh, no, it's the engraving. Yeah, I'm curious on the range, the cooldown. Huh. Yeah, that seems really OP. As a mage player, I would probably say this needs a big nerf. Yeah, yeah, I don't like this. This is too strong for... Won't be able to infinitely kite rogues anymore. I mean, yeah, the rogues are going to be too strong with this, clearly, so I would remove it. It won't have a cooldown? If there's no cooldown on this, that's pretty insane. Like, that's tough, right? I don't know. I don't know. Engraved belt shot. Nobody tell Peekaboo about this. Nobody tell Peekaboo. Peekaboo might actually be able to beat me in a duel now. If they have Shadow Step and Poison Knife, they're just stepping to me and slow. Yeah. No way. No way. No way. No way. Engraved Belt Shuriken Toss. Throw a Shuriken at the enemy, dealing damage. Yeah, this is like the tanking one. Engraved Boots, Master of Subtlety. Attacks made while stealth and for 6 seconds after breaking stealth cause initial 10% damage. Your ambush and backstab hits unbalance your target, increasing the time between their melee attacks by 10. Damn! Waylays in. You know what they should do? For rogues, they should add the quality of life for poisons. What was I gonna say? For like poisons to not be so annoying. How long do poisons last? I guess it is 1 hour already, huh? Maybe they don't need quality of life poisons. Okay, yeah, maybe I'm mistaken for something else. You have a 20% chance to gain 15 energy every time you deal melee damage with your offhand weapon. Oh, they're only 30. Oh, they're only 30. Okay, yeah, they should make poisons be like an hour with a quality of life change. Like they talked about in the PowerPoint for Paladin Blessings and Shaman Totems. They should do a rogue one for poisons. Yeah. They're infinite with the Deadly Brew Rune. Okay, never mind. I haven't played Rogue yet. I didn't know they had that. Massive W. Cool. Next. You gain 2 energy every time you deal a melee or range critical strike. Okay, more consistency. Honor Among Thieves. When any player in your party critically hits with a spell ability, you gain combo points. Nice. Each time you dodge or parry, you gain 6% increased health. Wow. Okay, these seem insane. I just realized, though, that Poison Knife is belt and Shadow Step is belt. So you can either choose between Poison Knife or Shadow Step. You can't have both. So that's actually good. If a rogue could Shadow Step and a Poison Knife, bro, like that would be ridiculous. Like that would be so insane. So it's one or the other, which is nice. Yeah. They have Sustain. Yeah, rogues look nuts. Okay. How are we feeling about the rogue changes? I feel like rogues... This is good. This is like better than you could have expected as a rogue, right? It's a massive W. Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Okay. Priests. Engraved Belt. Empowered Renew. Your Renew now heals 1 extra time immediately when applied and gains 15% increased benefit each time it heals from your bonus healing effects. Whoa. So it gets stronger? In addition, your Renew can now be active on targets affected by another Priest Renew. Oh, nice. Okay, so you can have multiple priests in one group now. Okay, well, I still like Power Word Shield maybe, but still. Mind Spike. Blast the target. Okay, we know how Mind Spike works. Shadow Frost damage, increasing the crit of your next Mind Blast. Stacking up to 3 times. Wow. Shadow Priest might be real with Mind Spike now. Renewed Hope. Your heals from Flash Heal, Lesser Heal, Creator Heal, and Penance have a 10% increased critical effect chance when cast on targets with a weakened soul. Okay, so they're trying to give you... They're trying to incentivize keeping weakened soul on cooldown so that you get the 10% extra crit on everything else, I guess. Okay. Dispersion. You disperse into pure shadow energy, reducing all damage by 90. Whoa. Shadow Priests have Dispersion and Mind Spike. Let's go. Pain Suppression for Disc Priest. Oh my gosh. Spirit of the Redeemer for Holy. Activate to become Spirit of Redemption? No way. No way. That's wild. So Holy Priests, or I guess any priest, can get Spirit of Redemption, Pain Suppression, or Dispersion as a defensive rune on the boots. You can choose one of the 3, because they're all boots runes. Wow, that seems nuts. Periodic damage from your spells can now be crit, so like dots can crit. Oh my gosh. Critical spell cost now cause your next Smite, Flash Shield, Binding Heal to be instant. Oh my gosh. Summons a Void Zone in the target area. Shadow damage to enemies that stand within it. AoE? What? Critical heals create a protective shield. Create the shadowy fiend to attack the target. Okay, priests seem absolutely disgusting. Every single thing looks broken. Yeah, priests seem like, the thing is, priests are already one of the most OP classes in Sod. Now they're just gonna be like even more disgustingly OP. Like, this seems nuts. Like, every single talent seems crazy. Damn. Okay, shamans. Engrave belt, Fire Nova. Your Fire Nova totem spells replaced with Fire Nova, which causes your current fire totem to emit damage. Okay, sure. It's like more consistent AoE. Instead of just one totem, you can like have your searing totem explode. Okay. Maelstrom weapon. When you deal damage with a melee attack. God, these are all the shaman talents that Zarstomp is never gonna have or experiment with because I'm dead. Okay. When you deal damage with a melee attack, you have a chance to reduce the cast time of your next lightning bolt, chain lightning, lesser healing wave, chain healer, lava burst by 20. Stacks up to 5. So let me get this straight. This is an instant cast. Procs, very similar to how it would work with like Maelstrom instant cast heals, Maelstrom instant cast, lava burst or chain lightning. Okay, cool. Yeah, that's dope. That's really cool. Each time flame shock deals damage, there's a 5% chance to reset the cooldown of lava burst, chain lightning. Yeah, that's also dope. That's also really dope. Flame shock into spam meatballs. Perfect. Ancestral awakening. When you critically heal with your healing wave or lesser healing wave, you summon a spirit to aid you. Okay, that's pretty dope for healing. Summon to decoy totem. It'll redirect the next melee ranged made against the target to the totem instead. This totem also grants the target immunity to movement impairing effects. So this decoy totem is what most people think Stoneclaw totem is. Stoneclaw totem is very different than decoy totem. How Stoneclaw totem works is when you drop it, every pulse it generates threat. But that threat isn't like that much. It's not gonna like eat things or redirect things or like do anything unless you haven't attacked the enemy at all. This seems different. It'll redirect the next melee or range attack. It'll eat it no matter what. It's a one attack grounding totem, right? Okay, so they have decoy and grounding. Oh, that's gonna be so annoying to deal with. I wonder if it's gonna be spells. It says next melee or ranged attack. Wonder if ranged attack includes spells. Oh yeah, it's gonna be crazy. You have a 6-second earth shock to deal with, a decoy totem to deal with, and a grounding totem to deal with. Spirit of the Alpha. Infuses the target's spirit with an alpha wolf, increasing all threat generated. Do you guys think shamans need more threat generation? Yeah, no, I don't think so. You can put it on someone else. It's a buff you could put on someone else. You could help warriors out, but like, I'm not gonna use one of my engravings to give a buff to a warrior. I'd rather just tank myself. Each time you strike an enemy with a two-handed weapon. Okay, so this one seems nutty. Two-handed mastery seems so fun. Two-handed mastery plus maelstrom weapon enhance. Oh, that looks really fun. Maelstrom plus two-handed mastery. Let's go. That's all for shamans. That's it. I think for elemental, the thing that sounds fun is power surge. For enhanced two-handed mastery and maelstrom, there's not like that many things, but from the things I see, I'm pretty excited. We'll see. Cool. Alas, we have made it to Mage. Cheers, my friends. Cheers. I haven't read these yet. I've only read one of them, which you guys already know. I haven't read the rest. All right, let's get into it. Frostfire Bolt! Let's go. Launches a bolt of frostfire at the enemy, causing damage over 9 seconds. W. Anytime you score 2 non-periodic spell crits in a row, your next pyro will be instant cast. And we're just getting started. Gives your Arcane Blast a 40% chance and your Fireball and Frostbolt spells a 20% chance to reduce the channel duration of your next missiles. Okay, PvE change. Spell Frostbolt, what the hell? Launches a bolt of Spell Frost at the enemy, causing Spell Frost damage. So it's like Fire Frostbolt except Arcane and Frost. Weird. Whoa. Oh, that's kind of cool. Brain Freeze. Your Frost damage spells have a chilling effect. And your chilling effects have 50% chance to cause your next Fireball, Spell Frost, or Frost Fireball. Oh, baby. Oh my gosh, hold on, my brain. Okay, so you could play Brain Freeze and Spell Frost, or Brain Freeze and Frostfire. Frostfire would be better if you go Fire and Frost spec as a mage, and Spell Frost would be better if you went Arcane and Frost as a mage. Oh yeah, okay, there's a lot to be done there. Okay, cool. Chronostatic Preservation, it's a healing thing. Dude, this is like a bunch of code. Money sign question mark A436516 heals a friendly target for... Okay. Fuses Arcane Fire and Frost Magic to freeze chronomatic energy into a stored state for later use. You can hold this energy for up to 15 seconds before it combusts and expires. When unleashed, heals a friendly target. Okay, so basically you would deal damage, store it, and then bust. Helps healing rotation a bit, okay. Bale Firebolt. Unleash a reality distorting burst of raw magic at your enemy, dealing spell fire damage. Each time you cast a Balefire Bolt, the damage of your next Balefire Bolt within 30 seconds will be increased by 10 and your spirit will be decreased by 10. Both stacking up to 10 times? What in the crap? Family friendly streamer. If your spirit reaches 0 as a consequence, you will die. What is this? What is this? Bro, Mitch Jones is gonna use this and like get himself killed, but like in the meantime kill someone else. He's gonna be like, bro, did you see that? I one-shot that guy, man. Oh my gosh. I'm at 9 stacks, but the boss is at 1%. Yeah. Yeah, that's kind of lit, dude. Okay. Engrave Bracer's Displacement teleports back to where you cast Blink from and resets the cooldown on Blink. Okay. I haven't said this yet, but I will say this. I am actually not a fan. Now, the reason I'm not a fan isn't because it's bad. It's really OP. I'm sure everyone's going to use this. The reason I'm not a fan is because I think that's too much mobility for a mage. As a mage, I appreciate having 1 blink in classic WoW and not 2 shimmers and a displacement and having infinite mobility like a retail mobility creep. I would rather have less mobility and keep things simple in that regard and not have this mobility creep that just keeps coming up and up and up and up. It is true that rogues have Shadow Step now and warriors have Combat Charge, so it will come in handy, I guess. It'll even out the playing field, but I don't know. I'm not a big fan of mobility creep in general because I've seen what it does to more modern versions of the game, right? I think less mobility or just a good amount of mobility for certain classes keeps the pacing really, really nice. But yeah, this is going to be broken. Like, we're going to use it, right? Bracers. Yeah, for sure the pick is Displacement. Not even close. Causes fire damage when hit, increases spell. It's like the Molten Armor we're used to. So we have Molten Armor back. Maybe Fire Mages will go that, but Displacement, I mean, it won't even be a question. How do you have keybinds for display? Oh man, there's so many keybinds I'm gonna have to figure out, man. This is nuts. And alas, the moment we've been waiting for, boys. It's here. Deep freeze. They took away deep freeze from us 10 or 12 years ago. And in 2024, and we are finally getting deep freeze back. Not on retail, but on Sod. I can't wait to press that damn keybind. I can't wait, dude. I can't wait. Now, two things to say. One, I'd take it with a grain of salt from Josh Greenfield right here. So maybe they won't do it. And two, it's a Helm rune. This might not be till P3 or P4. Who knows? It might not be P2. Like, no one's saying that, but that might be true. These might be all the runes from P3 and P4. We might not see this in P2. So it might not be level 40 where we get deep freeze. Okay. It's for P4. Yeah, that wouldn't surprise me. Do we know that for sure? Yeah. Anyway, I'm stoked. I'm stoked. Whether it's P3, P4, P100, or P2, we're gonna have deep freeze back at some point, probably. So that's pretty damn cool. Hell yeah. Okay. Temporal anomaly launches an orb of energy, which slowly moves forward and every 2 seconds grants all nearby parties a shield. Wait, in PvP, could you just launch the orb and then keep moving forward with it and get a shield over and over and over and over? That's an evoker spell from retail. Is it? Wait, I don't remember that. Maybe it's a new evoker spell. I haven't played retail in like a year now. Is this a new spell? I feel like I don't remember this from evokers. Oh, maybe it's just a PvE spell. No one used it in arena. Okay. Increases critical strike damage bonus of all spells by 50. I'm thinking of a new rotation. All right, hear me out. Deep freeze. Ice lance. Ice lance. Ice lance. Ice lance. Ice lance. Ice lance. Oh, baby. Yeah. 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 I'm thinking about that. I'm thinking about that. That's what could happen. We just 100-0 anybody in a deep freeze. That's what makes a good game, man. I'm telling you, man. I've been saying it. If you want a good game, you just one-shot people with the wombo combo, man. Spam Ice Lance. Hell yeah. Wait a minute. 50% crit damage is a bit much, no? Keep in mind, WoW Classic Talent Calculator. For people that don't play Mage. Mages already have increases critical strike damage by 20, 40, 60, 80, 100. This is another 50. So it's going to be 150. Yeah. Yeah. Grain of salt. True. Grain of salt, man. Now, where's Water Ellie? I, for one, don't want Water Ellie in Classic World of Warcraft as a mage. I'll say it. I'll be the first one to say it. I don't want Water Ellie in Classic WoW as a mage. I don't think... Like... More isn't always better. More mobility isn't always... Like, we've learned from retail, right? Like, if you just add more and more and more and more, we get to a point where it's too much. I think you want to edge it to where it's just enough, but not overboard. You see what I'm saying? You want to get to the line, but not cross it. And I think this is pretty good. The only ability I think that crosses the line here is displacement. I think that might cross the line. Everything else to me seems really nice. Yeah, I like everything that Mage has got, especially Deep Freeze. And Deep Freeze does not cross the line. All right. It does absolutely does not cross the line. Deep freeze is one of the coolest abilities ever added into the game, okay? Does not cross the line at all. It's fine. Completely fine. No, there is no reason. I am not having this discussion with you, Twitch chat. No, stop it. There's a reason they removed deep freeze? No, 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 no. Deep freeze, okay. Deep freeze had nothing to do with mages being good, okay? Look, here's a timeline of strength over time. Here is mop. Mages had deep freeze in mop. Okay, so they had deep freeze in mop. And in mop, mages, so this is like S plus tier, S tier, A tier, B tier. Let's be honest, mages are never any lower than that. And in mop, mages were like pretty, like S tier, like S plus, like really good. Okay, WoD comes out. And mages, let's be honest, pretty much, they had deep freeze, but it was like nerfed. It was like deep freeze minus. It wasn't as good in WoD, okay? Because it broke on damage. So it was basically not deep freeze. It was called deep freeze, but it was basically Dragon's Breath or something. It's like a CC. And mages got better in WoD than they were in mop, comparative to the other classes, I would argue. At least, yeah. And then Legion comes out, and mages had no deep freeze. So just no deep freeze at all. Okay, they completely removed the ability, even like from the game at all. And in Legion, mages got even better. So good, in fact, they won BlizzCon. So you see here my thesis. Mages got better over time, even though deep freeze was removed. So is deep freeze why mages were good? Or are there other reasons mages are good? Like the fact that they have infinite mobility, infinite tankiness, right? There's things about mages that can be nerfed. All right, this is my thesis I've been trying to drill home for years at this point, but people don't understand it. Look, deep freeze gets worse, but mages get better. So the reality is deep freeze didn't have that much correlation with how good mages were, but there's other factors that did, like the inherent tankiness, Blizzard, the mobility, Blizzard, but not deep freeze. Statistically, analytically true here, boys. We've thought about this for many days, weeks, months, years. In the shower, before bed, waking up, in the middle of the night, 3 a.m. in a cold sweat. I've been thinking about deep freeze, the strategies, theory, deep freeze theory for days, man, and weeks and months. It's not deep freeze. It's never been, deep freeze has never been the problem. Blizzard, if you're watching this, you can add it back to retail as well, because trust me, deep freeze is not the problem. All right, let's move on. Let's go to Warlocks, dude. Oh my god. Hot streak, molten armor, deep freeze, spell damage. Hello, 4 instant pyros and a deep freeze. I don't think you'd be able to get 4 instant pyros in a deep freeze, because hot streak is 2 crits in a row. So say you crit a fire blast and a scorch fire blast, and you get an instant pyro. You would then need another fire blast to get another pyro. So at most you could maybe get 2 pyros in a deep freeze, right? You could at most get 2. If you had a pre-cooked pyro with fire blast off of cooldown, you could instant pyro into a fire blast into another instant pyro. That's 2. But then from there, you would have to scorch twice to then get another pyro. Unless you got really lucky living bomb crits like in between or something. Theoretically, maybe 3 could happen, but definitely not 4. Oh yeah, it doesn't proc off pyro itself, huh? Oh, it doesn't proc off pyro itself. Oh, never mind then, no. So that's even hard. Yeah, you couldn't even Even getting 2 would be close to impossible. I think spamming Ice Lance is gonna be just as good or better. Warlock. Engraved Belt, Grimoire of Synergy. Recite from a dark tome, granting damage done by you or your summoned demon a 5% chance to increase the damage done by the other by 5%. So you're like playing off of your demon. Okay. Refreshing Corruption, Immolate, Agony, Siphon Life. When it has less than 6 seconds, will cause you to deal instant damage. Okay, nice. It gives you more incentivization to actually re-up your dots when they have like a low duration versus just re-upping constantly. Johnson, thanks for the prime. Gives you more of a leeway for it as well, which is kind of nice, quality of life. Your critical strikes with fire and shadow spells increase fire and shadow damage done. You and your demon pet gain dodge chance equal to your spell critical strike chance each time you deal a critical. Oh gosh, I hope demonology. Oh god. Increase your spell damage and healing by a value equal to 10% of your demon's pet's total stamina plus intellect. Okay. Targets in a cone, a shadow flame. Target in a cone in front of the caster that deals shadow fire damage over 8 seconds. Okay. Immolation aura burns nearby enemies for damage and reduces all magic damage taken. Summon Felguard. Summons a Felguard. The Felguard benefits from all talents from other demons. Demonology, man. Shadow energy slowly destroys the target, causing damage to the Dispeller and silences them for 5. Only 1 unstable affliction or immolate per warlock can be active on any one target. Okay. So they have UA now. Damn. Your Conflag ability also grants spell haste and periodic damage from corruption, UA, agony, immolation. Immolate, Curse of Doom, Siphon Life can now be crits. Okay. Okay. Well, it's hard to tell how everything is going to be tuned, but I will say this. One thing I appreciate about Classic WoW and older versions of Warcraft are that nobody has more than 1 pet. Warlocks only have 1 pet. Hunters only have 1 pet. Mages don't have a pet at all. And why do I appreciate it? Well, from retail, we've learned that when you zone into an arena match or a battleground and hunters have a zoo of pets, hunters have a zoo of pets, warlocks have like 400 imps and like 3 different demons, mages have a water lily and mirror images. All of a sudden, a 3v3 becomes like a 50v50, and all you see is a bunch of nameplates and a bunch of lag. That sucks. That's not fun for anybody. Like, that's just not a fun PvP experience. One thing I appreciate about Classic WoW is everyone either has 0 pets or 1. And I like that. Keep it at that. Like, mages, don't even give them water elemental. Warlocks, sure, just keep it like, sure, you can have a demon, just give them 1. Hunters, just 1 pet. Right? Oh, homunculi actually is 3. That's kind of annoying. That's actually kind of annoying. But they're not permanent. But still, I agree. That's actually... Homunculi are kind of annoying. I think pets reduce the fun in PvP dramatically if they're not contained. If there's too many pets in PvP, it just becomes nameplates and lag and anti-fun. Containing the amount of pets to 0 or maybe 1... keeps PvP engaging and interesting to engage in, right? That's my general thesis on pets, from my experience. And I appreciate that there's not just like summon 400 imps to attack and lag out your target until they quit the game. Like, that would suck, right? Okay. Druid. Here we go. Berserk. When activated, this ability causes your mangle ability to hit up to 3 targets and have no cooldown, and reduces the energy cost of all your cap form abilities by 50. Lasts 15 seconds. So it's like a tanking rune, like AoE tanking. I see. Or is it bear form, cat form, or dire bear form? Oh no! This is a cooldown. You activate. Okay, when activated. Okay, so this isn't all the time. It reduces the energy cost. Okay, so you pop Berserk and you're spamming damage. Got it. Okay, I read this wrong. I thought it was just up all the time. I'm like, it's just, okay, no cooldown, huh? All right. So Berserk is just a Berserk cooldown, similar to how we've seen it, I guess. Engraved Belt Eclipse. Starfire increases the critical strike chance of your next 2 Wraths by 30. And I'm excited because my Moonkin is ready for P2, baby. And Wrath increases the critical strike of your next Starfire. Nice, so you play off the 2 spells. Both effects stack up to 4 charges. Both spells also gain 70% chance at all times to not lose casting time. Cool, yeah, so that's like PvE. PvE, like rotation, quality of life. Like you can actually use Wrath and Starfire and feel good about using both one versus feeling like you just have to spam one or the other all the time. The Druid Discord is if you have Eclipse, it depends if Star Search procs it. That's fair. Yeah, that's fair. We'll see. We'll see if it procs it or not. Druids, rest of Druids get Nourish. Heals a friendly target. Heals for an additional 20 if you have Rejuve, Regrowth, Life Bloom, or Wild Growth. Okay. Engraved Boots, Dream State. Your damaging spell crits grant you 50% of your mana regen while casting for 8 seconds. And increases nature damage dealt to the target by 20 for 12. Wow. A lot of like mana regen quality of life runes added in P2 or P3 or 4 whenever these come out. Tiger's Fury now increases all physical damage you deal by 15 instead of the flat value and instantly grants 60 energy, and it's no longer on the global cooldown, but now has its own 30-second cooldown. Oh, interesting. So they just kind of rework how Tiger's Fury works altogether. I think I like that. Survival Instincts. When activated, this grants 30% of your maximum health for 20 seconds. After the effect expires, health is lost, usable in any form. Okay. In addition, you regen 5 rage every time you dodge and 10 energy in cat. Cool. Efflorescence. Your Swift Men now causes Efflorescence, healing all party members within 15 yards of the Swift Men's target location. Improved Frenzied Regen can now be used in all forms or while not shapeshifted. It now converts your active resource into health. 10 rage, 10 mana, or 10 rage, 10 energy, or 5% base mana. That seems kind of insane for PvP. What? Like Moonkin's having improved Frenzied Regen in Classic WoW? What the hell? That actually sounds fun, though. Increases the damage done by your Hurricane by 100% and no longer has a cooldown. So it's basically Blizzard without the slow or something. Wow. Wow, okay. Gore. Striking a target with Lacerate, Swipe, or Maul has a 15% chance to reset the cooldown of Bear. Mangle Bear. Striking a target with Mangle Cat or Shreds a 5% chance to reset. Okay, so it gives you more consistency. Improved Bark Skin. Your Bark Skin can now be cast on allies. So like Iron Bark, kind of. No longer penalize melee combat speed or spell casting time and can be cast while shapeshifted. Holy crap, that seems good. Guys, that's Druid. How are we feeling about Druid? I think a lot of this stuff looks pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know if it looks like as insane as Mage or Rogue. It seems kind of like meh or a W to me. Like decent, yeah. Cool. Guys, those are the... We went over every single one. I think the ones that look the most OP are Rogue, Mage, and Priest. Paladin looks pretty good too. You don't want to know what's crazy? As a player myself, my main has always been Mage. My alts have always been Rogue and Priest. And then my initial main back in the day was Paladin. So all the classes I find most interesting are Mage, Rogue, Priest, and Paladin. And those 4 classes happen to be the best. Or they seemingly read as if they're going to be some of the best. Blizzard, you're doing a great job. You're doing a great job. You're doing a great job. What are the broken rogue ones? Shadow Step and Poison Knife. Yeah. Link it in the chat. There you go.